Welcome to the Leaderish Podcast, leadership lessons straight up, with your hosts, Dr. Jen and Regina. Hey, Jen, how's it going?
Hey, Regina. It's much better than it was last week. How's it going for you?
Well, it's going well for me, as always. I've had some interesting weeks the last few weeks, and so have you, which is why we have been delayed with this season wrap up.
Yes. So what's been going on for you?
So my kids went back to school last Friday, which was cool. However, what I didn't realize is that camp was not open that whole week. So I had to do some emergency shifting of some meetings and call on some friends and neighbors to help out with the kids. And then unfortunately, the neighbor who was going to help out with the kids during a very important meeting got ill and wasn't able to help out. And then I quite literally kicked my kids out of the house and said, do not come in for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh. So I remember talking to you on a Friday and you were trying to figure it all out. And I was trying to say, hey, maybe it's the universe saying you need to take some time off.
Yeah.
And you did, but you still had that really important meeting.
Yeah. And I had a few others. So I didn't work, I didn't, of course, do a full work week. And I did have 2 days where I didn't have any meetings, where I was able to do some really fun things with the kids, take them places.
Fun. What'd you do?
We did a neighbor's pool. We also have an amazing creek in our yard that my kids love. But interestingly enough, I told my kids we could do anything that they wanted to do. They wanted to play with friends. Like they wanted to stay around here, play with all their friends, do things with their friends. So like I took all the friends, all the neighborhood friends to the creek, took them all to the pool. It was great. We had a good time.
That's awesome. And I actually love that kids still play in creeks because that was one of my favorite things to do growing up.
Yeah, me too. Like I would go salamander hunting with Ricky Nichols, my neighbor. Like that's what we did. Yeah, all the time.
Me and my friends, Summers and Crystal and a whole slew of other people, we used to go crawdad hunting in the creek.
Yep.
So fun.
So much fun.
Memories.
Right. What about your last few weeks? Because yours haven't been quite as positive as mine.
Well, it's some really good, some not so good. So my very dear friend, one of my best friends, Andrea, came to visit from New York and to go to the Garth Brooks Stadium tour at Nissan Stadium, where the Titans play here in Nashville. We had a lot of things on our list that we were concerned about for the show. So we had a really, really great time while she was here. Mm-hmm. And I was worried about the heat. I was worried about being around people when this Delta variant is popping up, even though I'm vaccinated. Was worried about a lot of things. One thing I was not worried about was a terrible thunderstorm that would come through and shut down the show.
And there was hail and everything.
Oh, it was terrible. So I was with some other friends down in the lower bowl. Andrea had already purchased her ticket and she was upstairs at club level. Yeah. So I kept checking on her because I was freaking out. Like, oh my God. So 3 songs happened and then the lights came on and Garth never played. The openers played. Yeah. So we saw like Emmylou Harris, Trisha Yearwood, and Chris Young. And then right in the middle of it, the lights came on, the loudspeaker came on, evacuate the stadium.
Oh my gosh.
And get to a safe space in the concourse. And there was not enough room for everyone to get underneath the concourse. So my 2 friends and I stood out in the rain and thunderstorm and lightning. And I have now been hailed on. It was terrible. Meanwhile, I'm texting Andrea, like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you safe? Are you worried about the crowd? What's going on? Because that's what we were all smushed together. Yeah. Meanwhile, Andrea was up in club level having cocktails. Just fine.
On a couch, comfy.
Totally. Yes. Yeah. Totally fine. Comfy on a couch. Meanwhile, we're huddled down with the peasants, just like huddled together, like scared, worried.
Wow.
And then luckily, we live close. And so there was a break in the storm. So we walked home. Tom was trying to get to us to pick us up. He couldn't get to us. So finally we just walked home.
Wow.
And then I've been sick for a week straight.
Yeah.
I think just allergies and being out in the rain.
Yeah. Ugh, bless your heart.
What an experience.
That is some experience. Good news though, they are rescheduling that Garth Brooks tour and Andrea's coming back, right?
Yes.
To go to the show.
Yes. The funny thing is he's now actually reevaluating because of the Delta variant.
Oh.
And so it may never be rescheduled. So let me show you. I may have a really cool t-shirt. From a show that never happens.
Oh, cool. So it's a gray and baby blue shirt. It's got Brooks and number 7 on the back, but I didn't get to see the front. What's the front say on it?
It says stadium tour.
Oh, cool. And so if he doesn't actually finish the stadium tour, you may have swag that very, very, very few people have in the United States.
Very true. I guess I could look at it that way. I really hope it happens though. He's like the best entertainer.
Oh, he's
ever.
amazing. Well, my love for the Garth channel. Like I have been loving the Garth channel.
I've been listening to it.
It's amazing.
Actually.
I love it.
It's really good.
Yeah. That and pop rocks. I've been trying to do more music.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I've definitely been trying to do more music lately.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
From mentioning it on the podcast.
That's right.
So let's go into my favorite segment, which is the drink of the day. And it's early in the morning, just FYI
very early
for you all. So what are you drinking in your cup today?
I've got a little bit more coffee left and I make a pot of coffee and I put it on my desk and I have like 2 more drops in my pot.
Oh, that was a sad
I know.
pour.
That's it. There were like the 3 drops of coffee in my pot and then like maybe an inch of coffee left in my cup. So we're going to have to make this one quick.
Yeah, definitely. So I have in my cup a very green smoothie.
Did you make it?
I did make it.
What's in it?
I love smoothies.
I know.
So
what's in the green? I'm making an ugly face.
She's making a very ugly face. I mean, you can't see the green, thankfully.
Yeah.
It's just like a berry blend, a frozen berry blend, bananas, a vanilla protein powder.
Oh, yeah. Well, what makes it green? Spinach?
So then it's Green's superfood powder.
Oh.
And it's just a spoonful of it, like a teaspoonful, but it makes it very, very
because
green.
It's very potent stuff.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah.
It better be.
Right, because that's all the greens you're getting for today. I'm kidding.
Pretty much.
I love it. Well, today we are really going to just kind of talk about wrapping up the season and what we learned from our first season and some of the themes and the things that we talked about. And then we'll also talk about our plan for next season. How's that sound?
That sounds great. So when I think of, and by the way, my friend Andrea she drove from New York because she's crazy.
Oh.
And so on the way back, she listened to all 19 episodes of our podcast the entire way back. And she's like, it's so weird. I feel like you were with me the whole time. And I feel like I've talked to you all day long. But she loved it.
That's hilarious.
And then she shared a couple story in her Instagram stories that she really likes. Yeah. So we have a new fan.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love new fans.
I know. You've got to meet her at some point.
Yes. Well, when she comes back for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll go do wine at the farmer's market.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. So when I think of our first season, we started this in February or March.
Yeah, well, we started in February, but our first episode released at the beginning of March for International Women's Month.
Yes, it did. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. In our first episode, what was our first episode about?
Our first episode was the Women in the Workplace study. So we reviewed the McKinsey Women in the Workplace.
Our first and second episode.
We did 2 episodes on that because there was so much to talk about.
Yes. Oh my gosh, definitely. And then we've talked about assessments. We've talked about Oh my gosh, so many things. We had Sarah Kubica on twice. We
Twice.
had Laura Weldy
That's
on.
right. Yeah, we did Sips and Tips for a little while where we kind of just reviewed quotes and kind of talked about some famous people. We realized, though, that not a lot of people were really tuning in to those. They were very short episodes. And we actually got some feedback too that people liked the meaty, chunky episodes, right?
Yep.
And so we stopped doing the Sips and Tips, and like the next week after Sips and Tips, we did the leading through trauma and depression with Lynn.
Oh my God, that was so
That
amazing.
was like, I don't even have the words. Also, that is our most listened to episode.
Is it really?
Oh, for sure. Yes, like double all of our other episodes.
Oh, you have to tell her that.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. And we had a lot of really amazing guests. I mean, I know that you said that we had on Sarah twice, right? We had Laura Weldy, which was great. We had Lynn.
Yep.
We had my dear friend Laura Sashry
Yes,
on,
she's so great.
talking about leadership courage, and
Oh, that was a good
that was a
one.
lot of fun. She gave some really good, valuable tips. Oh,
Yeah.
remember the values exercise?
Oh, hey, look right here. I have my post-it note with my two main values and my two little bitty
Joy and
ones.
courage. Which
Yep,
did you
I
see
have them
that?
right
Did you see
here.
that I put the joy in my office?
I love
Yeah,
it
so
so
I put a
much.
small little plaque that our dear friend gave me, and it's just a small little hangy thing, and it says joy on it. And so it does remind me of Jen, since that is her number one
I love
value.
that. I have you can't see because I have so many signs behind
Yeah.
me, but I do have my adventure awaits sign right behind me
Oh,
as well.
oh, I see it. Yeah,
Yep,
I can see that.
which I love very much.
Yeah.
So that was a really great one. And then, funny enough, when we had Sarah on to talk about unbecoming, which is my favorite episode,
Yeah,
she talked about
she
values
did.
and it all tied together perfectly.
Yeah.
And, we've talked about this before, but I think the number one theme for me of all episodes that we've done is it all went back to overcoming fear in different
Every
ways.
time,
Yeah.
almost every single episode, fear was at the center or the root, which it makes sense because as we've evolved, fear is what kept us getting eaten by the cougar or leopard. What kind of print is that you have on today? Is that a leopard print? So
I believe so.
yeah, so the fear is what kept us from getting eaten by the leopard. We would run, we would get scared, right? Fear is also what forces us to shut down as well. You've heard fight or flight, right? So we either run
Yep.
from it or we fight it.
And what I said overcoming fear, but I actually didn't mean that because you don't overcome it.
Right.
If we've learned anything,
True.
you just push through it
Yes,
so you can be a GD cheetah.
that is right. You are absolutely right. Yeah, you got to fight back, right? You got to fight that cheetah back. Be your own
Yes.
cheetah.
Be your own cheetah.
Yeah,
Which is so funny because I didn't even mean to wear animal print for that reason today, but it's so perfect.
it is so perfect. It is so perfect. You just be GD cheetah. Let's see. Oh, and Heather, we had Heather on to talk about executive presence. That was an interesting two-part, right? So we talked about the model, and then Heather kind of talked about her journey, and we applied that to the model. And that was
I
pretty
loved that
cool.
balance.
Yeah.
I loved that balance of here's kind of what the model shares and here's someone really trying to do it. I thought that was a good balance. I like
Yeah.
that. We should do that again.
Yeah, I did too. What I also really picked up there was another thread that has gone through season one, and that's authenticity, which goes back to values. If you know what your values are, you can be your true authentic self. But like we heard Heather talk about that. We heard Laura talk about that. We've heard Sarah and Laura Sashry and Laura Weldy both talk about that. And it's interesting how the values and the authenticity all kind of wrap into each other. You can't be authentic if you don't know your values.
That's so true. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think what you just said is a great summary of everything we learned in season one.
Valid.
Yeah. So this is our last episode of season 1.
Yep.
And then we're going to take a little summer break, even though it's fall, actually.
Right. My kids are just getting back to school. Mama needs a break.
I love it. And Labor Day is sometime in September.
Yes.
So we will be back in about a month, really, right?
Yeah.
After Labor Day, we'll come back with season 2.
That's right.
And what are we thinking about for season 2?
Well, we're thinking about switching it up a little bit, but we need everyone's help. All of you who are listening, we need your help. Our goal for season 2 is to have a guest for every season. And we would like that guest to talk about the lessons that they have learned the hard way and straight up. So when you are leading people, what are those lessons that you've learned, or even leading yourself? Because I think that we lead ourselves every day. So what are those lessons that you've learned the hard way? We're really looking for some of the mistakes you made and how you learned from that mistake and how you've changed your behavior or changed your thought and how you're doing things different now.
I could not have said it better. And really our tagline, leadership lessons straight up, is what helped us think of this.
Yes.
And it's one thing we thought of early on. And then season 1 just kind of took a wonderful life of its own.
So good.
And so really for season 2, we want to have real leaders share what do you really screw up on?
Yeah.
How do you learn from it? And that can be something that most leaders go through, or most people go through, that maybe you could share for someone to avoid making the same mistake you did. Or just in general, how can we all learn from each other, being authentic, being vulnerable, and learning and growing together? And maybe the first episode, you and I can share our own so that we can kind of show people how it'll go a little bit.
Sure. And, we have shared like every mistake and mishap that we have made.
True.
Every insecurity we have in season 1. And I have had,
we may have to go to the vault for this.
Right. And I have had so many women reach out to me that have said, I can't believe you felt that way, or I can't believe you thought that about yourself.
I've said that to you.
I can't believe you're there. You've been there. And then they've said, I'm there too. I thought I was the only one. So ladies, it is super important that we are sharing with each other and we are having these true, authentic conversations. And we want you to come have those authentic conversations with us. So we want you to email us at leaderishpodcast.
And even if
at gmail.com and share your idea with us so that we can have you on the podcast. Heather Herzog Moore said it the best. If you have an idea, you will likely be invited to be a guest.
That is so very true. And if we know you, we'll likely be finding you and asking you to be on the podcast anyway.
That's right.
I love it.
Yep.
So that's our plan for season 2. You have a whole month to think about what you might want to share, to reach out. We can get you scheduled. And one thing I want to say is it doesn't have, like, you don't have to feel like who would listen to me? We felt that way before we started the podcast.
Amen.
And you don't have to feel like, I've got this huge, important lesson for people to learn. It can be whatever you have learned that's helped you grow.
Yeah.
That is a huge, important lesson.
Yes.
So don't underestimate yourself, I guess is what I would say.
Well, because I think that what we've learned this season is so many of us underestimate ourselves every day. We live in fear of what we will say or what we will do, or that we are not good enough. But damn it, you are good enough.
Amen. Look at you bringing the motivation this morning. I love
Thanks.
it. I needed this pep talk.
Yeah. Early in the morning.
So everyone. Now I know why you only have a couple drops of coffee left.
It's been a long morning.
I love it. So that's our plan for season 2. So we'll be back after Labor Day. And one thing you can do in the next 24 hours or the next month is reach out to us at leaderishpodcast@gmail.com.
We'll put that in the show notes. Make it super easy for you.
Let us know what you want to talk about. And what's our next segment? I have forgotten.
Fill your cup.
The best.
I know. I'd like to tell you what I've done to fill my cup.
Please do.
I went shopping last night and I bought new jeans, and they are smaller than any other jeans in my closet because none of my jeans fit anymore.
That is worth celebrating. Big time.
Amen. Well, and I lost a lot of weight several months ago, but I just haven't been shopping and I haven't needed to. I mean, I'm fine wearing leggings all day long, which they stretch.
Amen.
They're fine. But now, as we're starting to return to office a little bit more, I found that I had nothing to wear. So I went and bought 3 or 4 new tops and 2 new pairs of jeans. And I'm wearing one pair right now, and they are so comfortable. They're called Democracy. And you guys, I have a belly. I'll admit it. These actually have elastic around the waistband on the inside, so you can't see it. And I don't have to pull them up. I don't have to tug on them. I got them at TJ Maxx. Got to figure out where I can buy more because, TJ Maxx just has like last year's, whatever.
Yes.
So I got to figure out where I can buy more because I think I have found my jeans.
Oh, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you feel good in them. And I'm totally going to look up that brand because we all need that.
Right. Called Democracy. Elastic in the waistband. And it says that they have a booty lift. I don't know about that, but whatever. My booty could use all the lift it could get.
A little extra in the back.
That's right.
I like it.
That's right. What about you, Jen? How are you filling your cup?
I would say it's the visit with Andrea, my very dear friend. It's so funny because she says that she could script her trips to Nashville when she visits us, and that like a series of things are always going to happen. And as we were going on her trip, she was like checking off the list.
That's funny.
And it was hilarious.
That's really funny.
Every single thing. It was so funny. I wish I could remember all of the things, but it's going to Adele's for dinner, like going to lunch at a certain place. We ended up going to a piercing place, and she got a new ear piercing with a little paw print. And I got mine right here redone.
Gosh.
So I got it with her last time, and then I had to take it out, and then I had him put it back in, which was not as unpainful as I thought it was going to be. So we went to the same tattoo and piercing place, got that done. I made her go shopping for a minute. There's like a whole list of things. It's hilarious.
That's amazing.
I'm like, well, next time you come, we'll just script. Oh, and Bear sleeping with her.
Oh,
I know.
What a cuddle bug.
Murray Cat visiting her in the middle of the night, scaring the shit out of her.
Murray Cat. Good gravy.
All the things.
All the things.
So funny. So it was great. It was a great visit, even though, she was up in the luxury lounge and I was getting stormed on. I weathered a storm.
Indeed, you did.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in a month.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you would like to reach us, you can find us at Leaderish Podcast on Facebook, at Leaderish Podcast on Instagram, leaderishpodcast@gmail.com. And you can find our link tree in our Instagram bio. Reach out to us. We want to hear from you. And we know you're going to be thinking about all the different things you want to share on season 2.
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting to give Tom Purdom musical credit for our little intro and outro, but I'll give him credit again. He wrote it. He played it. It's adorable.
It is so adorable. Yeah. So guys, just hit us up, please. Email, DM, Facebook Messenger, whatever you want to do. We want to hear from you. And we want you to be our guest, quite frankly. Like every single one of you, we want you to be our guest. And that is no joke.
And I think we say slide into our DMs. That's the lingo.
Is that the lingo?
That's the lingo.
Slide into my DM?
Yeah, it sounds a little dirty, but it's not meant that way.
Oh.
Slide into my DMs.
Oh. I have that look on my face again, much like when you told me that you had a green smoothie. All right. Jen, what are we cheersing to today?
Cheers to season 1. We did it.
We did it.
And you all did it with us. So cheers.
Cheers.